So the lovely people at Ron Smith have shown me into the workshop to just see like how the Stihl system works, and as if by chance we've got this proper professionally used 500i here, which I'm already fascinated by. A proper working saw. We've got it plugged in, and look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. 426 running hours, 8,000 successful starts, 7,000 times it's been stopped on the button, 1,000 times it's not been stopped on the button, which the man says is probably due to running out of fuel. So it's run out of fuel 1,000 times. But look at this, 11,000 pulls on this starter rope. Absolutely amazing. I think that says 46 hours at maximum operating speed. So 46 hours at 15,000 RPM. I find that absolutely mind-blowing. Wonderful. There you are, guys. Morning, by the way. That is my first video of a few that I filmed up at Ron Smith today. And I think it might be the most mind-blowing. I was fascinated to spend some time in a proper chainsaw workshop where they see, real saws, real stuff, not just the stuff that I see, which is the stuff I've bought from Marketplace or eBay. Proper chainsaws that have been brought in for repair. The main thing I wanted to do there was, so I took my 3 saws that I've got that I can plug in, so my 500i, my 560 and my 572. The main thing I really wanted to do was plug my 560 in. That video is coming soon, because that saw I know nothing about. 2017 saw, I bought it blown up, put it back together and it runs. But, I was really keen to get in there and see what the Husqvarna system said about my saw. Also plugged my 500i in, which we'll have a look at in a minute, compared to the figures that you've just seen on that professional saw, which, let's just talk about those numbers a minute, because they've blown my mind. So that's a 2019 saw. I think it was a November 2019 saw, that 500i. Working saw, I can't remember what it come in now. It has come in for something silly. And basically they plugged it in, it was all fine. So it was a working fine saw. 400 hours of running, what's that? So if you said a working week was 40 hours, that's 10 weeks. So that's 10 working weeks running. Not like you've worked with it for 10 weeks where you put it down, started up for 10 minutes, cut for 10, like it's been cutting for 10 working weeks solid. 8,000 starts, 8,000 successful starts, 7,000 successful stops. You could do the numbers on that, couldn't you, and work out what the average runtime was and stuff. But I'm not that good at maths. But yeah, and the mind-blowing one, and the one that sort of blew the lady's mind, hello Hannah, if you're there, Hannah from Ron Smith, who is my contact there, who does all of their online stuff. So go online to Ron Smith and say, hello Hannah, James sent me. The one that blew us both away was 11,000, nearly 10,800 pulls on the starter rope. So 11,000, and it looked like the original one. 11,000 pulls on that rope. I think what the overriding thing for me is I am blown away by just what these saws go through. I think really is the thing. We'll get my 560. I'll do a complete video about that. But the numbers are pretty similar for that saw, The reason for plugging the 572 in, of course, was it was sold to me as a low hours saw, and we'll find out whether it really was a low hours saw or not. Yeah, look at this nice axe. So all you pros out there that run those saws, I'm just amazed by it. It's taking me so long. You'll see in a minute. I'll put the little video up of my 500i. In comparison, my 500i, which I feel like I've run quite a lot in the 6 months I've owned it, for a non-professional user, enthusiast, user, should we say. I've cut quite a bit of wood with it. 3 hours. It's all it's run. 3 hours, something like 80 starts. There's just nothing, like it's not even broken, it's still like new. It's not even there's nothing, there's just no comparison. 400 hours or 3. Less than 1%. So I can't wait. I want to get more hours on it. 10 or 15 hours, I think, and then I think she'll really be a different thing. Although she does seem to be just getting a bit better. Not better, because that would imply it was rubbish before, but just happier, more free revving, better looking. So that was great. And off camera, the repair guy there said they just never see broken 500i's. So they've seen one, because the guy ran the chain too tight and it messed the crank bearings up. And all the clutch assembly. So there was a couple of anecdotal stories like that where it was neglect, but as for failures, nothing at all. So super good. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll play the little video of my little 30-second clip of plugging my 500i in, so you can see all the stats of my 500i compared to the professional one. That is, well, it's early 2024 now, so 2023, so that's 4 years worth of running, so 100 hours a year. Is that about right? It's probably about right, isn't it? So yeah, thanks for watching and all that. Hope you enjoy yourself. Look at the next few videos, because we'll be plugging those two Huskies in, which is really informative actually, and showing some of the reset stuff. And the final thing I wanted to say on this really was, with these newer generation of saws, Stihl were there today as well demoing, which I've got a video on, and we had a good chat to the Stihl technical guy, and he went through the resets, and there's nothing to be scared of with these new carbs that self-adjust, or injected chainsaws like the 500i. The other thing that was really interesting to me on the 500i was the sensors. So I've always wondered, how does the system adjusts, because I'm used to cars. I know we've got a lambda sensor in exhaust that essentially senses whether the mixture is rich or lean. Whichever way it is, the car adjusts for it. That's how your car that you drive probably works, unless it's carburetted. The chainsaws I didn't think had a lambda sensor, and the guy from Stihl confirmed that. He said no, there isn't a lambda sensor. What they do 1,000 times a second basically is they lean and richen up the mixture ever so slightly, and the computer is listening for a change in RPM, so it does exactly what you do really when you adjust the jets on a carb. When you adjust the low jet, you adjust it one way until the idle speed falls off, and then you adjust it the other speed, the idle speed comes up, and then it falls off again, and then you set it in the middle, give or take, don't you? And that is exactly what those systems are doing. 500i's have a sensor, and M-tronic saws have a crankcase pressure sensor and a crankcase temperature sensor. So the interesting fact of the day for me was, if you're trying to check for a spark on an M-tronic saw, if you take the spark plug out and rest it on top, it won't spark, because the crankcase pressure sensor is not sensing any pressure, so it doesn't send a spark to the spark plug. So be careful of that if you're diagnosing these saws. So yeah, that's enough of me rambling now. Here's the video of my 500i on the diagnostic stuff. Look forward to seeing you on the next video. Do subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Thanks for watching. See you soon, guys. So here we are then, we've got my saw on the bench now, all plugged in. Here we go, compared to the proper professional use one, just over 3 hours of use, 80 starts, 81 starts and 80 stops. So obviously she's not even broke in really yet.
He was a lovely, we were just saying, he was a lovely lad, he was just in the wrong surroundings.
Scroll down a bit, 120 starts. And look, this is the interesting bit to me. I've been babying it. I've not even got to 15,000 revs like the other one. 15, but it has spent a third of the time flat out. Amazing. Well, now we've got something interesting. Now we're going to plug the old dog of the 560 in. See how that goes.